am Holly. I am Head of Talent for BozBoz. We are a... Let me see if this... Yeah, here we are. This is not a beanbag, it's a sofa. We are a multi-award-winning digital agency based in Brighton. There's about 25 of us at the moment. And one of the things that I'm super proud of is that we've really got our culture right, which, well, I think so. Anyway. Am I going the right way?
It's down,
yeah.
forward.
There we go. So I think the first thing I wanted to say was, like, what do we mean by culture and values? A lot of people really don't understand this concept. So culture is the way you think, act, and interact, and your values are sort of the glue that binds you together. They're the words that define how you behave as a group of people. So unfortunately, a lot of organisations, this is the reality for them. They buy a couple of beanbags, they might get a football table, no offence to anyone who has got a football table here, and they put some words on the walls, but they don't really follow through with what that means. So the thing with this is these are all really nice to have stuff. You know, they're perks and benefits type thing. But actually it's kind of meaningless. And I think the problem with this is that you will spend a lot of money and a lot of time recruiting top talent who will come to your organisation and see, they'll be like, yes, we've got a football table. But very quickly, they'll realise that there is nothing behind that. That's all you've got. There's no meaning to what you are saying as an organisation. Now, this is like a really extreme example, but I wanted to just show you that how people can really get it wrong. So I won't go through the whole thing, but this is a value statement from a big organisation. If you just skip to the end of it, it says, if we can't link what we do to one of our values, we should ask ourselves why we're doing it. It's that simple. And I think that's quite a powerful sentence, really, and what a lot of people intend when they have values in an organisation. The problem is that this is a really good example of when values completely mismatch what happens in the day-to-day environment. And this is actually the value statement of Wells Fargo. They are one of the biggest banks in America. They had an absolute scandal where they were fined $185 million for encouraging their team to fraudulently open accounts on their customers' behalf. They then went on in the sort of aftermath of the scandal to, on the spot, fire more than 5,300 employees, some of whom had phoned up the ethics line and said, you know what, I'm really not okay with what you're asking me to do. And this, for me, is like the perfect example of when people say, this is who we are, but they're asking people to do something completely different. And again, this is another thing where it's completely meaningless. So we were like, how are we going to make our values actually mean something as an organisation? We could paint them on the walls, we could do all these kind of things. And on a practical level, we looked at what we wanted to achieve as a business, as a group of people. We wanted all of these things. We wanted people to have a voice. We wanted a culture of trust, all of these things. And how do we do that? On a practical level, we have, like a lot of people, we have values-led interview processes, development plans. We give out awards for people showing, demonstrating our values. But actually that like everyone does that, really. And on the face of it, we sort of thought about it a bit more, and it's a relationship you have with your people, and you're saying to them, this is how we are going to behave, and this is what we expect of you, and we want you to commit to having that relationship together. And the outcome definitely had its highs and lows, I'm not going to lie. The lows was this. So we would sort of, at times I felt like a children's TV presenter. I'd turn up to meetings and they'd be like, oh, she's banging on about the values again. And we'd get this. And very, very quickly we realised that they did not fit BozBoz anymore. They'd worked really hard, they'd been brilliant, but we were going to the next level and they weren't prepared to make that commitment with us. So it was slightly disruptive, but we did, unfortunately, part ways in a couple of instances. Some they decided to go, some we decided they had to go, but it had to happen. We had to look at the bigger picture. What the highs of the outcome is this fantastic team that we have now. They are super talented, they're really creative, they're kind, they're loyal, they're funny. And we are really, we all get it. We all are pushing for the same thing. And that is where the power is, I think. Another benefit is that word is spreading. We don't really have to advertise our roles. We get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of applicants all the time, top talent, and we are picking the best. And for me, that's like an amazing position to be in. Anyone who does recruitment here, I'm sure you agree. And I'm probably already over time, but the lessons we've learned from this entire process is, like, it should be easy. You are a group of people, it's a relationship, and like any kind of relationship, if you try to change someone, it's not going to work at all. And you just have to find the right people and look after each other and really, really have respect for each other. And that is where the magic happens, I think. I'm sorry if I've gone over. Cheers.